What's going on, guys? This is Rich, and I'm here with part 9 of Pokemon Colored Red version. And then in the last part, we called Articuno and Zapdos, and we took on Koga. So now we're in Saffron City, and the rocket moved out the way, so that means we're able to go inside of the Slift Tower, and we're gonna just fight the rockets, take on Blue, and fight Giovanni for the second time. Pikachu just glitched. I'm only really fighting majority of these rockets because I want to evolve Wartortle and Pidgeotto. So that's really why I'm fighting all these people. Otherwise, I would just go right straight to the card key because I know where it is by heart and Voltorb self-destructed. I'm surprised it didn't do much damage. As a matter of fact, I don't even think... Well, Wartortle does have defense. Very good defense, so maybe that's what that was. And also, we're going to go to the Fighting Dojo and Sabrina after I'm finished with the Slift building. Where is that? Pokeflute. Oh, there you go. See, one thing about disable in this game that they changed as time went on was in the first couple games, I think Gold and Silver as well, disable would disable any of your moves. It wouldn't just disable the move that you last used, which is more fair if you disable the move I just previously used, because how could you disable something that you don't even know I have? Like, it's kind of weird. Like, I use Surf on you, but you disable my Tail Whip. How do you know I have Tail Whip? So it just, logically speaking, makes more sense if you disable the move I just previously used. But in these games, anything could have got disabled. So, it kind of sucks. And also in the new games, you can only disable a move. You can only disable any Pokemon's move if they've attacked. So in this game, I can switch into Wartortle from a Hypno, and Hypno's already getting ready to do disable. If I switch into Wartortle, even though Wartortle never got to attack because it just got switched in, Hypno's disable can still work and just take out a random move, which is, once again, retarded. Versus in the new game, if he did disable and I didn't attack it, it'll fail. His disable would fail. So they fixed that whole disable thing and made it make more sense because it just didn't make sense back in these games. And here you go. Blastoise is here. Wartortle just evolved, and it's about time. But that's usually how it always works. When I have Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle, for some reason Squirtle is always the last one to evolve. That's usually how it is. Venusaur because it's so early, 32, and Charizard because Charizard fights more. So that's why those two always evolve first. And Blastoise comes along and gets his life together around my 6th badge. Now we're going to let Pidgeotto get some fights in here because before Pidgeotto leaves the team, it has to be a Pidgeot first. So we're just going to spam Fly. Well, we can't hit Magnemite with Fly, but luckily Magnemite is not a steel type in this game, so Quick Attack did do a decent amount of damage. And we're just going to heal up those two. Now, over here is where the card key is. Now, the slick thing about this is that the card key is being blocked off by the portal and the rocket member. So you would go through the portal and not try to go back. Again, you would go back up. But the card key is stashed in that tiny little corner over there. I'm going to pick it up in a few. I actually forgot to go pick it up. And here comes another self-destruct. And I'm not too sure from what I remember. Pidgeotto is paralyzed. From what I remember, in the first games, Magnemite and Magneton could self-destruct. I'm not too sure how that is because in first generation, I never, ever trained a Magnemite. Ever. It's Gold and Silver and Crystal version is where I've trained Magnemite when he became a Steel type. But I'm not sure. But I know on printed Pokemon cards from the first generation, Magneton, the original Magneton card had self-destruct. So I don't know, but I definitely know stupid Voltorb and Coffin and Geodude. They freaking blow up from here up till from back then up till now. That's all they good for, self-destruct and explosion. And here comes Pidgeotto. Now I have a Pidgeot. So Pidgeot and Blastoids have made their debut, and man, this bird. Pidgeot's hair actually looks like the Mega Evolution's hair. Like it looks extra longer than what it's supposed to be. 'Cause I don't know if you guys seen Mega Pidgeot. Obviously, one of its strands is actually longer than the rest. Machoke. This has got to be like the first time it's actually a pleasure to see Machoke. If you guys remember what Machoke's sprite looked like back in Red and Blue version, it looked like, I don't want to say it looked like shit because shit is just too easy to come up to think about. So I want to say something meaner, but I can't think of nothing at the moment. But that's how terrible Machoke's sprite looked. And actually, I forgot to go get the card key. So now I got to go back. And now I'm using the portals because the rocket was actually right over here. And in this corner was the card key. Now we can open up the doors. And we're going to just find this lady over here who heals up your Pokemon. Because I didn't want to go back to the Pokemon Center. Thank God for the Pokeflute. Hypnosis. Okay, that disabled made sense. Because it actually disabled the last move I used. But that was just luck. Pidgeotto go to 37. And over here, down here below, is a nurse hiding between the beds. And she heals your Pokemon. For those of you that don't know, you don't have to run back to the Pokemon Center when you're in the Sliff building. Because there is a lady over there in the corner that heals your Pokemon up. So now we're going to take on Blue. I'm going to switch Pikachu to the top because he has a Pidgeot now. And get this battle started. We're going to zoom through Blue. It's always fun to fight Blue. I don't know why. It's always fun to fight him. Pikachu go to 39. Execute. Still getting critical hits. Now, as you can see, my Razor Leaf ain't doing as much damage as it did when I first fought him back in Lavender Town, which is an issue because that means that Gyarados is going to become a problem as I continue. But I'm still going to let Venusaur fight him. I really don't care because overall, I don't think he's going to take down Venusaur. So, back in this game, I don't have to worry about an Ice Fang or nothing. So there goes Blue. Now, this guy right here, he gives you Lapras, but since I already have one, there's no purpose of me, taking his level 15 Lapras. So, we're just going to leave him there. But that's the original way of getting Lapras. Which kind of sucks because you're not going to pick up a level 15 Pokemon this far in the game to train it. And you'd pretty much already have a water type by then because to be in Saffron City means that you've probably dealt with the Fuchsia City thing and stuff like that and getting Surf. And so I'm pretty much sure you have by then a water type Pokemon. So it's kind of pointless to get Lapras at that time of the game. gonna fill them up real quick. Okay. That's actually the last time I'll be fighting Team Rocket as a whole, as a group. Giovanni will be seen again, but Team Rocket, yeah, that's the last of them. Can't say I'm not happy. We're just gonna heal up our Pokemon now and let's go over to the fighting dojo and get Hitmonlee. I don't want Chan. I like Lee for this game in particular because with the whole special stat, physical stat thing, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, and Ice Punch doesn't do physical damage like in the new games. So, although that's the same thing that made Hitmonchan unique, because he was like probably the only ones besides Magmar and Jinx and Electabuzz to actually get the elemental punches, he can't do nothing with him. Because he's a physical Pokemon using a special attack move. So it's like giving him Ember or giving him Water Gun or giving him Ice Beam, Thunder Shock. It's not going to do no damage. So it's pretty pointless to take Hitmonchan. Even though I'm not going to train any of them, I'm just going to take Lee anyway. There we go. Okay, so he went over to the PC, blah, blah, blah. And I don't want to fight anybody in Sabrina's gym because it's just going to take up too much time. But those Psychic dudes pretty much have Psychic Pokemon, and the ladies, the old women, they pretty much have the Ghost Pokemon. So I'm not really good with the portals. I don't ever remember which portal takes me exactly to Sabrina. I just really run through them until I find it. And here she is, sitting pretty. And we're going to just put Charizard at the top because he has Dig. And one thing about Kadabra and Alakazam is they're pretty feeble Pokemon on the physical note. Awesome, Mr. Mom. Mr. Mom finally looks like a Mr. Mom. Red and blue version, he looked terrible. Now, I know Venomoth could learn psychic moves, but I don't know why they would put Venomoth on her team. I just think that was kind of dumb. But I guess it's to switch it up. But it doesn't really do much because it's poison. So, I mean, and it's bug. You know, dark types didn't exist. Now, if this was a game where dark types existed, it would probably make more sense because it would throw you off and you would have to switch your dark type out because Venomoth is part bug. But I just didn't see the purpose. Like, for all of that, you could have just gave her Butterfree. But we're going to heal up our Pokemon real quick. In the next video, guys, I'm going to go over to Cinnabar Island. I'm going to show you the Missing Note and Ditto glitch, and we're going to take on Blaine. This is Rich, and I'm out.